Yeah, hi, good morning. So I'm audible.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks. So, any questions? I think if you're doing practice. Any questions, guys, on yesterday's topic?
No questions from my side, Veera.
So, did you practice all the things what I explained yesterday? The
Yes.
configuration,
Yes.
Great.
Oh, Veera, I have
Yeah.
a doubt that will you provide any theory part for these classes?
Yeah, I will provide everything.
Okay.
Just after complete the ECT concept, I will provide the entire material for easy to enter.
Okay, Veera.
So meanwhile, if you need any steps configuration, so just go to my blogs. So everything is there in the blogs. The configuration of VPC steps or subnets or auto scaling group load balancer and all.
Okay, Veera.
Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen. So, and I think Saturday I have shared one YouTube link here. So did you get a chance to work, check that? Actually, that is regarding one project. Okay. So recently we have started one project for 4 Saturdays. So that is for one, just 20% concept is I have covered for that video. So if you can go through that video after complete the EC2 concept and auto scaling and load balancer, you will get a better clarity. So in the WhatsApp, I have already shared that YouTube link. Just go through it. How many subnets are required actually for the subnet, any company, if you go for any project, how many subnets we need to create, how many instances we need to create in public and private. There is a information in that. Okay, just once go through that. Say, okay. Okay, guys. So today we'll focus on the scaling concepts. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so let's go and yeah. So in yesterday, I think, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Veera.
Yes, Veera.
Yeah. So I think you are clear, right? This architecture. So why two public subnets are required? One public server is required. So the concept of we are deploying the private application. I mean applications into private servers only. Clear, right on that? So guys,
Yes.
in terms of high availability, so what we are understanding from the high availability, the application has to run multiple server instead of one server. Okay, if the application is running only one server, so due to heavy traffic and more requests are hitting into that server, so maybe your application will not respond, right? So as we understand that, so client and server architecture, so already we discussed, right? The client server architecture, this is client, I mean laptops, the users request. So the users are accessing here. For example, user is accessing here. So this is my server. If I take it, this is my server. So this is my server. If I, as we know, we have a 3 layers. So this is app. So this is OS, and this is hardware. So here OS will help to interface between users program and hardware of the system. Okay, so if the request, one person is access this application, the request first, the OS will give the hardware resource for this to run this request and give back to the user. Second person also access, the OS will give the some hardware resource to run this request and will get back to the user. Like that, if the hardware, we have some dependencies, right? CPU, maybe 2 CPUs. So 2 CPUs are the same thing, 2 CPUs are, for example, 8 GB RAM is nothing but main memory, right? Primary memory, and hard disk is the secondary memory. So now the request will, whenever the user requests the some application access, the OS will give the some resource to work this request and give back. Same, multiple requests are coming, the multiple resource allocation, it will take care of OS. Multiple resource allocation, this resource allocation uh, depends on the number of requests. So the number of requests are more, the OS will give the more resources. So the resources will give the whatever resources we have in that limit, right? So in that case, maybe this resources maybe will support for only 100 users. In this case, if the users are increased to 1,000, maybe this memory is not sufficient to give the work with this application to give back to the user. In this case, definitely once I mean, I can increase the server size to 2 CPUs or something, or I can add one more server. So we need to remember one thing is, if you want to increase the server configurations, it is not at all good practice. The reason, if you want to increase the server size, we have to stop the server and increase the size. If you stop the server, the application will down. That is not at all recommended. On the fly, we can add the servers. On the fly, we can add the servers is nothing but that is called horizontal scaling. We can start the new slide here. So scaling is a very important part in our DevOps journey. The scaling of the server are very important concept. The scaling of the server. So we can increase the servers or we can decrease the servers, right? If you can take a horizontal scaling and vertical scaling, if you can take this slide, yeah. Okay, copy image here. So if you can see the horizontal scaling and vertical scaling, if you can see this, you can easily understand. The vertical scaling is okay. So if you can see this, the horizontal scaling is nothing but increasing the servers by adding the servers. The vertical scaling is nothing but we can increase the same server size. Horizontal scaling is nothing but adding multiple servers. So always the recommended action is horizontal scaling. So zero downtime. Okay, zero downtime for the horizontal scaling. Then horizontal scaling is nothing but you have to increase the server. You have to increase the server count. So who can increase the server count? So in this case, our auto scaling will work to give this horizontal scaling concept. So once you configure your auto scaling, with auto scaling, you can add, you can remove the server. By using auto scaling, we can add the servers. Okay, so what is auto scaling now? So by using auto scaling concept, so we can add or remove the servers or scale up, scale down, whatever. So so why we need to increase the servers? Why we need to increase the servers? Why we need to decrease the server? So to give the demand to meet the user's request, we have to increase the servers count to achieve high availability. Okay, to meet the user's request, we have to increase the servers count to achieve high availability. Okay, so here we can use auto scaling group ASG by adding and removing the servers. So here we need to understand very important things are some challenges. The challenges from the auto scaling group, what we need to understand. See guys, let me write a challenges here. ASD challenges. Okay, ASD challenges. So Yeah, if you can go to this architecture again. So my server, my end, already one server is running in US West to a availability zone. So I have added this server into my target group, and I have already selected this respect to agent while creating the load balancer. So two conditions we should follow here to give the routing for from the load balancer. The condition number one, so the server should be added into the target group, and the whatever server is running in which region server is running, sorry, which availability zone the server is running, from the same availability zone you have to check, you have to select from the load balancer creation time. So in this case, the challenge is one server is not sufficient. You need to increase one more server. See, I have created one more server. So number one, two servers are there. Two servers also not sufficient. You can create one more server here. You can create one more server. You can create one more server. You can create one. You can create one more server. You can create one more. But we need to understand one thing here. So creation of server, there is no big challenge. Auto scaling group simply can take care. If you give some free some configurations, if the CPU utilization is increasing to some percentage, quickly auto scaling group create a server, quickly auto scaling group delete a server. That will take care of auto scaling group. But the point is here, this is my Flipkart application. When users are accessing to flipkart.com load balancer, this load balancer is redirects to only Flipkart server, and this load balancer works only if the server is there in the same target group only and selected zone only. So in this condition, definitely your server has to take care. Your server has to take, I'm sorry, your auto scaling group has to take care to create a servers in same availability zone, not in different availability zone. Okay. Okay. So in the auto scaling group has to create the server in same target group and same network. That is auto scaling group has to take care. For example, let me draw one more architecture for better understanding here. Okay, my end, this is VPC. Yeah, this is VPC. So here, 4 private subnets are there. Okay, all are in different agents. These are 2 public subnets. These are 2 public subnets. So my load balancer, if I select, so these are for 4 availability zones. Just understand here, 4 availability zones. Otherwise, let's skip here. Yeah, these are 3 availability zones: the private server and 2 public subnets in the 2 different public zones, availability zones. So these 2 are in one target group. Just understand. The instances are running here. These 2 instances in one target group, or one more target group only for separated path or separated application. So here, different target groups are there. Now, while creating a load balancer, so we have to map it the respective target group. So here I can see here TG1 and TG2. So TG1 and Flipkart is running. So TG1 also Flipkart is running, but these 2 servers are running Flipkart server only, not for different. But in the TG group, Amazon is running. Just understand. So if you are talking about Flipkart servers, the auto scaling group increase the servers count of Flipkart. The reason I have given this Flipkart access to load balancer and given to users. So my users trying to access Flipkart server. If the 2 Flipkart servers are busy with the users, I need to create one more Flipkart server. But understanding is the Flipkart server is creating by auto scaling group if you configure, but auto scaling group has to create Flipkart server in same target group, not in different target group. For example, your ASG will create server in this target group, but load balancer is not configured this target group. Load balancer is configured only this target group. If you create server in this target group only, your ASG or your load balancer can gives the request to users, not in other target group. So the challenge of auto scaling group is the challenge of auto scaling group challenge one is ASG should creates a server in same target group which we configure already with ELB. Okay. So my ASG should create a server in same target which we configure already with ELB. Okay. So otherwise this ELB will not send the traffic to if auto scaling group creates the server in different target group, your ELB is not configured the target group. So no use even multiple servers are creating. Okay. This is the point number one. And point number two. Yeah, point number two. ASG create a server with the same application. So what I'm trying to say, if a auto scaling group creates the new server, there is no use. That server already configured with load balancer means it should be there inside the application only. ASG should be create a server with along with that existing application, not for new server. If ASG create new server, there is no use, right? This is challenge number two. And next challenge, ASG creates a server with the same network configuration. With same network configuration. So these three we need to understand. So we will discuss one by one challenges how we can rectify, guys. The first one, target group challenge, we can rectify by selecting by creating auto scaling group configurations. Let's go here. I will show you. Yeah. Click on the auto scaling group here. Create auto scaling group. See. Okay. Just I will discuss later for these steps again. Next. Okay, give the ASG. So the first challenge how we can overcome, I'm explaining here. So you can select any VPC and submit something.
Hello, Veera.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you implement this process from the scratch?
I'm not creating now. I'm not creating now anything. I'm showing you one thing here for how we can work.
From starting creation of VPs and those subnets and.
Oh, you need from the scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
I will show you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Quickly, I will show you. No problem. Okay. So okay, tell me how many VPCs are required for this process? Only one, right? Not required multiple. So I'm going to create one VPC quickly. So I can show one thing. I can say one thing, guys. Here, you can use this one also. VPC and more. If you can give here number of availability zones to, number of public subnets to, number of private subnets to, if you can give like this, entire architecture will be created to the backend also. No need to define by manually. But this is very important process to create manual process to understand if something is error is there in the background. Okay. If you use this one also, quickly we can create. Just I'm showing you here. Number of availability zones, 2 required means if you click one availability zone, one subnet will be created. If you select two public subnets, two public subnets, each in one availability zone, and each two private subnets, each in one availability zone. Like that, it will create. So NAT gateway is required for one availability zone, means the public subnet inside NAT gateway will be placed. And this is not required VPC endpoint. So if you create like this, see, everything will be created in the 1 minute, the public subnets, private subnets, attaching internet gateway, creating route table, associate route table, NAT gateway, everything will be created. Yeah, we can do it like this also, but better practice, we have to learn from the manual process. Here, if something is error, if you get, you are unable to rectify this issue, okay? So then the NAT gateway allocation, it will take some time. So it is creating. Okay, let it create. Meanwhile, we can create manual process also. Still it is in process. Okay, I will show you manual process also here. Okay, first we have to create a VPC. Okay, my VPC name I'm giving here. My VPC. So I'm giving here the VPC. I'm giving by giving today project K. I'm giving like this. Okay, so here the creation of VPC, I'm going to give here. Here. Okay, so VPC is a region specific, so no need to select any availability zone. And one more thing here, I'm going to create a subnets. So the project subnets already creating. I think it is in process anyway. I'm going to create a subnets for my end. So this is my VPC. Okay, how many subnets are required total? So depends on your practice. If you want to deploy 2 servers for same application in different availability zones, definitely you should create at least 2 subnets or for private purpose. And for load balancer configure purpose, you need 2 more subnets, that is for public subnets. Okay, so total 4 subnets are required. 2 are for public subnets for load balancer configure purpose, and also 1 public server is required, right? For that purpose also 1 public subnet is required. So totally 2 public subnets are required for load balancer and bastion server creation process. And target and total, your wish. You can create 1 private server, or you can create 2 private. Sorry, you can create 1 private subnet, or you can create 2 private subnets, or 3. Depends on your interest. So I'm creating here 4 subnets. 2 are for private, 2 are for public. 2 are for give the access private server to public, that is load balancer. I need 2 public subnets, and 1 public server is required to connect my private server. Okay, so here I'm creating public subnet. Project K, Control C. Okay, and availability zone are, so I'm giving 2A for this, and I'm giving here 10.0.0.0 by 24. So next I'm creating 1 more subnet. I can add here like this also. So 1 more public subnet required, right? So here public subnet 2, availability zone I'm giving 2B. Don't give same availability zones for high availability purpose. Okay, so 10.0.0. So you can give 1.0 by 24 and one more subnet. Now two subnets are created for public and two subnets I'm creating for private. So private for application hosting purpose. Private subnet 1. I'm giving availability zone 2A only for this also. So 4.0 by 24. And I'm creating one more subnet for one more private for high availability purpose. Private subnet project K. I'm giving 2B availability zone. Let me check here one by one. 2A 2B, public 2A 2B. Yeah, perfect. So creating a subnets.
Veera, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Can we select for both to do like private and public subnet for like 2A, 2B and 2C, 2D like that?
Private server?
Like we can select a different public like AZ for private
No,
subnets.
no. See, this is private subnet, right?
Yeah.
Your servers you should create in the private subnets only. Private subnets, if you are in the 2A, 2B availability zone, private subnets, 3, 4 are private subnets. If you are creating 2A availability zone and next one is 2B availability zone also, but the matter is your public subnets also should be there in the same availability zone. Then only your load balancer will work. For example, if you create my public subnets are 2A, 2B, if you create your private subnet 2C, 2D, it is not possible to connect your load balancer. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So
Thank you.
you should be create in the same availability zones, private subnets also. And if you want to give, for example, if you want to create 4 subnets. So for example, the requirement is to create only 2 servers, right? Maybe the requirement is to increase 4 servers, right? 4 servers means what you can do, you can create one server, one server in 2A, one server in 2B, one server in 2C, one server in 2D. In this case, definitely you have to create 4 subnets. And eight servers requirement, which if you can get 8 server means 2 servers in 2A, 2 servers in 2B, 2 servers in 2C, vice versa, like that you can create. But keep remember one point. So whenever you can create availability zones, private server, if you create availability zones for the subnets for the private servers, you should be create same availability zones public subnets also. The requirement of the load balancer is minimum 2, maximum your wish. So the public subnets you can give access 3 or 4 or 2. In this case, for example, your private server, if you want to deploy in different private subnets in different agents. So here I can see total 4 availability zones. 4 availability zone, each availability zone you can create one private subnet. Like that you can create a 4 subnets. Okay, 4 subnets, different agents for high availability purpose. You can create 4 subnets in same agent also, no problem. But better practice, you can create a subnets different agents. So since we can use the all agents, 4 agents are there means 4 subnets you can create different availability zones. 8 subnets if you want to create 2 in 1 agent, 2 in 1 agent, 2 in 1 agent, 2 in 1 agent. But finally, if you are creating a private subnet for all agents, you keep remember one point, same all agent you should create a public subnets also. Then only your load balancer will be communicate. Otherwise, if you create only AB subnets, here I'm creating only private AB only for the private subnets. Public also I'm creating only A, B availability zones only. For example, if you want to create one more subnet here for private, let's understand here. I'm creating one more private subnet here. Okay, subnet 3. And this subnet, the traffic will redirect from the load balancer. You should be creating the same availability zone public also. Otherwise, this availability zone, your load balancer will not send at all traffic. The reason you are creating only 2A, 2B public subnets only. So while creating load balancer time, it will ask configure the public subnets, at least 2 availability zones across. In this case, you can give it 2A, 2B, but here 2C also my subnet is there. In that case, again, you can come and create one more public subnet for 2C availability zone also. And next, if you want to create 2D availability zone, one more private server, if you can come public subnet also you should create a 2D. And all availability zones done, right? now no need to create any availability zones. No need to create any public subnets for load balancer, but you can create private subnets in same agents. It is not a subnet specific, it is a agent specific for the load balancer. So max public subnets we can create 4, minimum is 2, but private you can create number of private subnets for each availability zone, then load balancer will configure. Okay, so yeah, you can remove the fifth one. Yeah, so total 4 subnets. So my 4 subnets are ready, my VPC also ready. Next, what I need to do here. So these are the project key subnets. So my end, so many subnets are there, little confusing here. Let me give the naming. This is 1. So this is 2. Okay. So my public subnets, private subnets are ready. So definitely what I need to create now, internet gateway I should create. For public subnets. So IG project key. So creating internet gateway and attaching to my created VPC. So this one, attaching done. And next concept is what? Route tables concept. Create a route table for public. So you should practice with this architecture only. Otherwise, it's impossible to understand these concepts. So go to here. So you have to understand the concepts with these architectures only. These concepts only. How to create routing and that. So let me create a route table. Public RT. Project key. Select VPC. Sorry, wrong VPC I have selected. Yeah. So creation of route table done. Now I need to provide the routing from internet gateway to route table. So 0 zeros and internet gateway and save changes. Now which subnets are making public? You can select subnet association. Go to edit subnet association. So these 2 public subnets I'm giving internet access for this public 2. Okay, so public subnets are done, private subnets are done, and routing is also done. And do I need to show net gateway?
No, Vira.
Is it fine or anything? So shall I continue? Your wish, no problem. I don't have any problem.
Yeah, fine, Vira.
Continue or not required?
Not it.
Okay, shall I continue from auto scaling or what?
Yeah, Vira.
Yes, shall I show or can I continue auto scaling? Your wish.
Yeah, you can continue auto scaling, Vira.
Okay. In that case, I'm deleting PPC. And also here, my project VPC also created, internet gateway and all created. That one also I'm going to. Oh, these are already allocated. Okay, we'll see it later anyway. Okay, let's go to the auto scaling group. The challenges what we discuss here. Okay, I will show you the load balancer concept of from the scratch. So in that case, I'm going to remove the load balancer also, and everything I will remove. So if you missed yesterday, just focus again. So now my server is running, one private server is running. Okay, from this, by using this private server, I can create a multiple servers with the same application. So the challenges, if you can go for the challenges, yeah, the first challenge is ASD should create a server in same target group, which we configure already with ELB, right? So, and ASD creates server with the same application. So we should understand one thing, same application, how I can create, how a auto scaling group understand same application I need. So we have a one concept, guys, in for the, you can take a backup of the server. So for example, this is my server. So this is my server and here is my developer. Okay, here is my developer. So here is my developer. So developer is connected to the server. So you just understand public or private. If it is a private means one more server is there, the request will go like this only. If it is private means public means direct connect, whatever it is, the process is same. So you have deployed one application. Okay, deployed a sample application here. Now server inside application is running fine. Okay, and you have given the server access to public by load balancer. So here developer is deploying the application. Here users are accessing the application. Okay. Okay, here user is accessing the application. Users. So what we need to understand here, the important thing is one server is not sufficient. Yes, you know one server is not sufficient. So what we can see here, you need to understand, guys, inside one subnet is there, VPC is there. I'm not explaining every time, drawing here. So one server is there. So the developer is deployed the application to the server. So this is, you can understand, Flipkart. Now, one server is not sufficient, multiple users are accessing. So you need one more server. So you need one more server. Whenever you can create a server, again you need to connect this server and deploy application, develop the application, right? Instead of doing that, you can take a backup of the server in the form of image. So we have a concept, image concept. Whenever you can take a backup from this server, you will get both OS plus application. You will get both OS plus application. Okay, you will get both OS plus application. So while creating this server, so first time while creating server, you will click launch instance. So here you have to select the OS. Oh, okay, let me log in again. Okay, S3474. So here I'm giving. Okay. So while launching the instance, you have to select the OS. Okay. While creating a new server, you need a OS. But after creating the server, you have to connect the server. You need to deploy the application. This is the process from the scratch. But what I'm trying to say here, you need one more server, one more copy. So one more copy means, so you thought one server is sufficient for this time. Okay. And tomorrow So tomorrow your application is more popular. So definitely the traffic is more. Definitely you need one more server. So one more server means if you create from the scratch again, empty OS and all, again you need to connect and deploy the application. So instead of that, take a backup from the from the working server. So the backup is nothing but AMI image. So whenever you can create a AMI image, you will get OS plus application directly. Which OS, which application is running and which OS it is. Both you will get as a backup. Okay. Now what we can do by using this image, again you can create a server. By using this image, again you can create a server. Okay. This is called golden image. Okay. This is called golden image. Golden or custom image. Okay, golden or custom image. So whenever you can create a image from the working server, so whatever application is there inside that application also you will get a backup. So now this image, from this image you can create a server again. Okay, you can create a server. So this server, again, no need to connect and deploy the application. Whatever application is there, you will get the same application in this server also. So this is called AMI backup. From the AMI, you can create a server. So from the instance, you can create a AMI. I mean, step number after creating a deploy application, step number is creation of AMI, and step 2 is creation of server from the AMI. So here also we are creating the server from AMI only. But this is empty. So this is new AMI, new application OS. But now this is not new AMI. This is already application is there. This is custom AMI. Creation of server from the new AMI, you will get new server. Creation of the server from the custom AMI, you will get OS plus application. Okay. So whenever you can create AMI and launch the server, you will get the same application. Okay. Okay. So this AMI you can give to your auto scaling group. So auto scaling group will take the AMI, and while creating the server's time, it will take the reference of this AMI and create the new servers. Okay, that is the process we are taking as a backup and making as a reference. Okay, this is AMI concept. So any questions on this AMI concept? Anyone has any questions?
No, Vira.
Okay. So now same application. The reference is what here? The challenge 2 is what? Same application. Same application server we can easily create by creating the AMI from the server. You can hand over the template to a auto scaling group. So auto scaling group create a new server from the AMI instead of the fresh OS. Okay. And the last challenge is create a server with the same network configurations. Create a server with same network configuration is nothing but, so auto scaling group has to create a server, same key pair, same instance type. So same key pair why? So the same application, same key pair, same instance type you should create. Otherwise instance types are different means here the server will take more RAM, the server will take less RAM. So balancing it will not happen. So load balancer can understand send the traffic on by average load only. In this case, both servers should be same instance type, not for different. The calculation of average load will get some deviations. So we should create a same network type, same configurations, same VPC and all. But here we can understand, guys. Here the challenge for the same application we can overcome, but the challenge same network configurations, how I can challenge, how we can rectify. For example, what I'm trying to say here, my server is already running. So this is my server. So from this server, already inside application is there, right? Private server inside application is there, right? So go to actions, create image. So this is, you can give custom image. This is not a fresh AMI, custom AMI inside application also there. So just create an image. So to check the image, go to AMIs. So this is my custom AMI. This is not fresh AMI, custom AMI. If you create if you click here, create a server from this custom AMI is nothing but for fresh instance, you are taking fresh AMI. But already inside application you need, right? You want same application server. So in that case, you can create a server from the custom AMI, not for fresh AMI. So this custom AMI created from already deployed application server. So whenever you can create a server from the custom AMI, same application will get and same OS will get. That's the intention here. So we'll wait some time. It will take some time to enable the status. Yeah, it is. No, it's still pending. It will take some time. So meanwhile, if you are having any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, Vira. Yeah, Vira, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we are configuring load balancer with two public subnet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, inside we have one public server and one private server, right? Through public server, we are connecting through private server like bash and host process.
Yes.
Yeah, like if sometimes if public server will down, what will happen?
See, every time you no need to connect, right? So to deploy the application purpose only, you can connect the server. No need to maintain the connection always, right? For example, my application already running now. If you want to do any modifications, if you want to do any updations only, you are using public server to connect the private server only. So no need to maintain the connection always. After that, you can exit the private server and you can come out from the public server, right? And even one more also, the server is running in AWS cloud, so there is no point to down the server. We are not deploying any application, just we are using like a one medium. Public server is a one medium to connect the private server.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So now so after creating custom AMI, you can create a server. So if you want to create manually process, you can create a server to select the required private subnet only, not public subnet. But if you create a manual process, you can understand one more, and after that, load balance auto scaling will create behalf of you by using dynamic process. Yeah, now my image is available, right? So this is the image. Let me give the same name again here also. So custom AMI. Okay, so now if you understand, try to understand here now, I'm launching the instance from the custom AMI. I'm giving the private server 2. One is already running, right? But here also same application will come on. Yes, we should create a multiple server for same application, not for different application. If you create different application, your load balancer is redirected to different applications. That is not a correct process. See here, there is no OS step here. The reason you have already selected OS plus application, that is your AMI. Click on my AMI, you can see your custom AMI. See, and next step is common. From the instance type, all the steps are common now again. Only this step only bypassing here by selecting the custom AMI. And next step is instance type. You have to choose key pair. You have to choose network configurations. You have to choose where this server is going to create. Subnet configurations. You have to choose. See where I need to create. I need to create. Okay, this is the wrong VPC. I have selected my custom VPC. So you have to select here the subnet. So here this is very important. My already in the private subnet private subnet 2 already running my server. So in this case, what I can do here, I'm going to create one more subnet before. or you can launch servers for same subnet, but that is not a good practice. So already one subnet is created for one server. Now you are creating one more server for different subnet for high availability zone purpose. So what I can do now? So go to VPC. I'm going to create one more subnet. So that's what I'm saying. Before that, you can create a subnets all the availability zones, so that no need to create again and again. So create a VPC, and inside VPC, private subnet to our availability zone, whatever you can give. So this time you need to select different availability zone. So in that case, let me go to instances now. My instance is running which availability zone subnet? I need to understand now. So private EC2 1 is running already. Okay. So and I'm changing this server name is a bash host for better understanding. Now one private server is there. It is running on which availability zone? 2C availability zone. Okay. So my subnet is there in the 2C availability zone. Inside subnet only the server is running. And next server I'm going to create a different subnets. In this case, a different availability zone, make it ready my subnet. So okay, I'm creating one more private subnet here. 2C already running, right? I'm selecting 2A. So here you can give 10.0. Whatever 5 series or something. And you can create one more subnet in different availability zone also. 2B also you can create. So I'm giving here 2A, right? 2C already there, 2A already there. You can create 2B also. Maybe in future, if you want to create one more server, the server will be land into the 2B server, 2B availability zone. 10.0.6.0 by 24. Create total 3 subnets I have created. You can create fourth one also, since we have 4 availability zones in our region. Anyway, I have created total 3 private subnets, 3 public subnets. Okay, if you can check here, private subnet 2. So my end, if multiple subnets are there, better you should not create this many subnets, may you confuse. Okay, anyway, we can see later. This one also you can delete. Because it is attaching something. Okay. So total my end, private subnet 2. Okay, subnet 1 public, subnet 3 public, subnet 2 is the subnet 2 public. Okay. Now I forget to give the naming for this. Private subnet 4.
Veera, have a
Yeah.
doubt. Now you have created 2 private subnets, right? In 2 different AZ.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
in that already you have like public subnets also.
Yeah, I have already created, right?
Okay.
I have already created before, right? The public subnet 1 and public subnet 2 here, if you can see.
Okay.
Yeah. You can make it naming conversion. System private subnet 2. And let me change. This is a different VPC. This is subnet for public. Let me change this one for confusing. Okay. And subnet 1 public, subnet 3 public. And what about this one is a different VPC? Leave it. And this is different VPC. Leave it. Okay. Yeah. Change this one to 2. So total 3 public subnets there in my end and 3 private subnets there in my end. Okay. So let me change this one also 1 and this one also 2. And this one also 3. Okay. So you can delete this one is not required. So reader project. Okay. Okay, cool. So now there is no confusions. Private subnets are 3, public subnets are 3. So now I'm going to create instance by using image. So first server is running in US West 2C. So you can create a server in 2A or 2B. So let's go into create from the AMI. Launch instance from the AMI. So I'm creating second server, EC2. So private EC2. But I'm just manually, I'm showing you here, but we can create this by using auto scaling group only. After that, you can understand. So here I'm going to select my AMI only, not for AWS provided AMI. So owned by my AMI means automatically will get your custom AMI, whatever you created. So now you can create an instance by changing the instance type, by giving the keys, and by giving the whatever you can give the same key. If you want to do any troubleshoots, easily you can connect for all the servers. The custom VPC, this time you can see private subnet 1, private subnet 2, private subnet 3. We can see multiple here. So 2C already private subnet 1 is running, no private subnet 2. So here a 2A availability zone I'm giving. So security group, you can use the same security group, no need to change. So launch an EC2 instance. So 2 servers I'm creating. Okay, 2 servers I'm creating now. These 2 servers, so manually I'm creating this server, right? Manually I'm creating this server. But in real time, this server will create from auto scaling. So auto scaling will take a reference of AMI. But here, one challenge. Let's go to select AMI and launch instance from AMI. Yeah, the challenge is, so try to understand very carefully here. The challenge is from the AMI, you can select only OS plus application only, not for other configurations. But manually you are defining, okay, this is T2 micro, this is this key, and this is this VPC and subnet, and this is this configuration and all, you are launching the instance. But if you hand over this AMI to auto scaling group, definitely your auto scaling group may confuse here which instance type, which key pair, which network setting. These configuration I'm not getting as a backup. Only I'm getting backup OS plus application only. But while creating a server, OS plus application is only step number 1 or 2. But remaining steps you need to define, right? So you know the process manually you are defining the remaining steps by selecting the key pair and subnet and VPC and all. But auto scaling definitely is stuck here only. Okay, OS plus application I'm very clear, but which instance type, which key pair, so which security groups, so auto scaling group may confuse here. So that's the reason if you go here, we are going to use one more concept here, launch template option. Okay, you will get a better clarity now. So there is a concept, one more concept, launch template option. So this launch template, this is the template you can take all the server, all the instance steps backup, not only for only OS plus application. So this template, once you create this template inside the steps we can configure, and you can hand over this template to your auto scaling group. That's what if you can see auto scaling group here, on the right click here, if you can see, while creating auto scaling group, it is asking the first step is give the launch template. By this launch template only, auto scaling group create a server with the same configuration, same application. Okay, and just focus here. What is launch template? The launch template is nothing but entire steps backup, not only for OS plus application. Okay, So let's understand what is launch template. So I'm creating a one launch template. You will get a better clarity. Launch template is nothing but all the configurations, make it ready before to create a server. For example, if you create a new server, while creating the server, you have to define name of the server and the AMI and instance type, key pair, network settings and all. If you want to create a server from the AMI, no need to define fresh OS. You can define my AMIs. And still, you need to give the same these configurations additionally. Even though you are taking backup of OS in the form of AMI, but these steps will not get a backup. Only OS plus application only. So these steps additionally you have to give. So we can understand, we can give additionally, but system cannot understand which keeper I need to select. So I can see multiple keepers here. So these steps also you need to take a backup and give auto scaling group. You can take this AMI, you can take this keeper, you can take this instance type, you can take this VPs and all we can give in the form of launch template. In this case, make it ready one launch template before. Okay. Let's go to launch template. Launch template, creating a launch template. So while creating a launch template, it looks like same creation of new instance only. I'm creating my LT name. You can give anything. Here, this is very, very important step. This launch template as a reference for auto scaling group, right? So this launch template is reference for auto scaling group means you have to give my AMI only, not for fresh AMI. So if you search here, if you give fresh AMI, again auto scaling group take a reference from launch template, it will create new server only, not for existing application server. In this case, what you need to do, you have to give my AMI, not for fresh AMI. So this is my AMI, select. Okay, I have selected my AMI. Next, instance type I'm giving here, declaring here. So taking only T2 micro, keeper I'm taking here, US West 2, and network settings. So, and one more challenge again. Okay, just understand. Take this launch template is nothing but taking a backup of entire steps, right? Okay. For suppose, if I select a private subnet 2 and private subnet 3 and private subnet 1, see, it is taking only one value, not multiple values. Just remember this step now. I'm selecting only private subnet 2 only. What is the meaning here? If you create a server from the launch template, always a server will be created in the private subnet 2. That is 2A availability zone only. Okay, keep as is, no problem. Next, security groups. You can give existing security groups, my default one. Okay. And create a launch template. So my launch template is ready. So this template, if you create an instance from this template, launch instance from the template, no need to change any modification. See, click here, simply select the launch template. This is my LT, right? Simply launch instance. No need to check anything. Instance will be created. Whatever steps you configure in the launch template, it will take automatically. And take one more, create one more instance by using launch template. Multiple instances you can create. You can create multiple instances. You can create by using my LT template. Launch instance. But what we can understand, all instance will take same AMI, same instance step, same subnet, same security group. All are for taking same reference. The reason this is a template already we have created before. Whatever steps you configure, the same steps it will follow for the instance also. Okay, if you can go here. See, two instances are creating. One is already running, one is pending state. Anyway, so here you need to understand very important thing. See, all servers are creating in 2A availability zone only. But this is not a good practice. Yes, remaining steps I'm good. Taking same keep a same instance type, whatever the same security group. I don't have any problem. But here problem is there. The reason, if you create instance from the launch template, always it is taking same subnet in the same availability zone. So let me delete this one instances. Still, even though no problem, simply I can give this launch template step to my auto scaling group. We'll see what will happen. Okay, let's go to auto scaling group. Now we'll get a better clarity. Now creating auto scaling group. See, my auto scaling group ASG is here. And here you need to select your launch template. Whatever steps already given, right? So your auto scaling group follow these steps and create instance. But here, if you observe one thing, so in my launch template, let's go to my launch template. Yeah, in my launch template, I have given even subnet details also, but that is not recommended. We should not give the subnet details in the launch template. What will happen? Always instance will be created same subnet. So if you can see in my launch template, I have selected this subnet. Okay, so always instance will be created this subnet only, but that is not case, right? In your end, multiple private subnets are there, means server should be created in different private subnets, not in same subnet. So what we can do here? So whenever you can select the launch template from the auto scaling group, see, auto scaling group taking the value AMI ID only, and taking the key pair only, and taking the instance type only, but it is not, and taking security group also, but it is not taking subnet value. See, even though if you declare subnet value in the launch template, the launch template, auto scaling launch template, it is not considering that value. The reason I will tell. The reason is auto scaling group should create the server in different subnets, not in same subnet. For example, 10 servers requirement is there. If you create 10 servers in same subnet, same availability zone, if availability zone may affect, all servers will be down. So that's what, even though if you create a launch template, your auto scaling group will take all the steps except subnet details. If you define even, then how auto scaling group create a servers in subnets? See here, one more step we have. The first step is name and second step is the launch template. The one more step, if you can come here, so it will ask the network details individually here. So auto scaling group has to create which VPC? You have to select. Auto scaling group has to create instances in which sub. So what and all subnets? Subnet this one, subnet this one, subnet this one. So my in total 3 private subnets are there, right? So 3 private subnets I have selected for now. So auto scaling group creating a servers by choosing these subnets, any one subnet. For example, by using auto scaling group, if you create a 3 servers, auto scaling group will pick the subnet, one server for one subnet by default, not for 3 servers for same subnet. That's what I'm giving here. So 2A, 2B, 2C I have given here. If you in your in 2D also there, you can give 2D also. So like that, it will distribute the traffic, distribute the instances count in different subnets. So in the launch template, I have given already this one, but auto scaling group is not taking the subnet value from the launch template. Additionally, we have to provide here. And next, go to next step. And launch and ASG should create the servers in same target group, right? In this case, you have to select the existing load balancer. So choose the existing load balancer. You have to select the target group. Whenever choose the existing load balancer, that load balancer, which target group is attached, it will open here. So now problem solver, right? Always auto scaling group will create the servers in same target group only, and same subnets only, ABC, and same application only by taking the launch template AMI reference. Okay, and let's go. And parallelly, I will show you here target group also. So the target group I have given already, one instance already given. One more instance will be created in the same target group. So it is showing unused. The reason is load balancer I have deleted. I'm creating load balancer also now. Application load balancer. I'm giving ALB here for my target group. So ALB auto scaling. Both are different platforms. ALB is creating the server. Auto scaling is creating the server. Load balance is redirecting the request to the servers. So now 2A, 2B, 2C I'm selecting. So in your end, private subnets 2A, 2B, 2C already there, right? Respect to public subnets, respect to availability zones, you should select. Otherwise, traffic will not go for all subnets. So it is, you can select public only. Okay. So minimum condition is 2, maximum your wish. If you want to send the traffic for private subnet 2C availability zone, you can select public subnet 2C availability zone. Okay. So I have selected. You have to select the target group and create a load balance. Yesterday we already discussed the same process. Okay. Now, meanwhile, let's continue auto scaling process now. Okay. So I'm here. So I've given target group only. Always server should be creating the same target group. The load balancer already point out to the same target group. That's what, no problem. So all the steps you can keep as is. And next. So here the point we need to understand. Auto scaling group, we have to give set points, minimum, maximum. So in my case, what is desired capacity? What is minimum? What is maximum? Desired is nothing but while creating auto scaling group, immediately one server will be created. If you give desired, if you give 2, immediately 2 servers will be created. If you give 3, immediately 3 servers will be created. So better always give 1 for desired. What is minimum maximum? Minimum maximum will vary with the load. So I'm giving 1 is minimum, I'm giving 4 is maximum. Okay. But when auto scaling group has to create the servers 4, and when auto scaling group again reach to 1. So you need to understand, depends on the target tracking scaling policy. My target tracking scaling policy, whenever you give CPU utilization as a set point, so 50%. So low auto scaling will calculate the existing server. If you create a desired capacity is 1, right? On the one server, it will calculate the average load 50%. If this server is reached 50% load, immediately 2 second server will be created. 2 servers average load reaches to 50%, immediately third server will be created. And 3 servers average load reaches to 50% CPU utilization, 4 server will be created. If the 4 servers reach to 50% CPU utilization, it will not create 5th server. The reason maximum set point you have given 4 only. Until 4 servers only, auto scaling group increases servers. Now 4 servers are taking 50% load. It is maintaining 4 servers. And if you want to create one more server, you can increase the max at 0.5. And after some time, the load is decreased. No load is there, even 10 to 1% also. Immediately one server will be deleted. Immediately one more server will be deleted. Immediately one more server will be deleted. Finally, it reaches to minimum set point. Like that, auto scaling group automatically increase the server, automatically decrease the server as per the load. So here we no need to worry. This is not a static process. We no need to worry here. Whenever the users are increasing, users requests are increased, number of servers will be increased. Automatically load as per the load. No need to increase the servers manually. Let's come now. So if you can see, I'm giving the target value is 50%. So I'm just go to next step and next. These are the template for to check one more time whatever steps you have given. Create auto scaling group. So whenever you can create auto scaling group, immediately one server will be created. This is desired capacity. Let's go and check. See, pending state. These servers are manually created now. These servers are manually created. Just leave it, these servers, leave it. Now this is important. Now your application is control of auto scaling group. If the server, one server is creating through auto scaling group, right? So now auto scaling group always maintain the load on this server only. If the servers reach 50% more, one more server will be created. The 2 servers reach to 50%, second server will be created. So auto scaling group always monitor this server only, not these 2 servers. These 2 servers created by manually. Even you can delete also no problem. These servers you can delete also no problem. So you can delete also, no problem, these servers. Okay, so one server is creating now in the pending state. So the understanding, this server should be created in the same target group. See, the new server. I have deleted right one server. That's why it is showing unhealthy. Auto scaling has to create the servers in same target group only. See, initializing process into the target group. This server created by auto scaling group. This server is coming to this target group under. This target group already configured to your load balancer. So when you hit the load balancer DNS name, this is redirecting into the target group. In the target group, one server is running, right? By creating auto scaling group, it will redirect here. So here, if the load is more, one more server will create from auto scaling group, the server will come here only. Like this, it will increase. Why it is unhealthy? Check the health checks of this. Okay, next HTML is there. So if it will come unhealthy, your load balancer will not send traffic to this server. So anyway, my load balancer already configured this target group, right? If I hit now, see bad gateway. The reason my target group and instance is unhealthy. So we need to understand why it is unhealthy. Go to target groups, click on here. Okay, this is, you can leave it. Anyway, I'm just re-registering. This is for yeah, manual process I created, but this is why unhealthy, we need to understand. Okay, let's go and check the server. So this is the creating server, right? This is unhealthy only. It is running. So now I want to connect this server to check the status, why it is unhealthy. So in this case, I have a bash host, right? So by using bash host, I'm going to connect the private server. Okay. Sudo -. Okay, but the, I need to understand the creating server is which key pair it is used. That is very important. The key should be there in my local. Otherwise, again, challenge. What is the key it is used? US West to key pair. I don't think so. My end US West to key pair is there or not. So my end, unfortunately, the key is not there. My end, so definitely, I'm unable to connect this second server. Let me try to give the connect option. We'll see is it possible or not. Let's go to private server. So this server is getting unhealthy, right? We'll check one more time. It is updating more. Maybe that is unhealthy. This is create now. Let's check one more time. Go to target groups. It should be healthy. Then only it will access. Yeah, still it is unhealthy. So let me total 2 targets. One is deleted. That's what training is one is annual. So let's connect here the problem. SSH client. I don't think so. It will not work now. The reason the key should be there in the same server. Yes. Key should be there. Let's run this. We'll see. Okay. So this key should be there, guys. My end it is not there. So what I can do now again. So go to launch template. So this is my launch template. So I should give here, go to actions, modify template. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. Quickly we can complete. So key login here. So you just only there my end. So this key is my custom key. Let's go and check my custom keys there in my local, so that I can connect. Otherwise, yeah, my custom key is there. So wrong key I have given. Again, I'm giving here my custom key. Okay, create a template version. So launch template, it is enabled to create a versions also. Okay, I have given my key where in my end keys there, right? And go to auto scaling group and go to actions here, edit. Okay, edit here. See, I'm selecting different version now. First version key is different, second version key is different. See, my custom key is updated. Now update the capacity. Okay, update the capacity. Now guys, if I delete this server, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Immediately one more server will be created by auto scaling group. See, after some time, one more server will be created immediately. Auto scaling group desired capacity is there, right? 1. So tomorrow also we'll discuss same class, first half an hour. So if you are having any questions, no problem. So still it is updating, maybe that's why it is not creating. Let's go to verify the launch template version 2 key pair is my custom key. Okay, so create one more server. Desired is 1, just to maintain 1. Yeah, pending. See, creating new server. So this server is creating from AMI, right? So the AMI inside AMI we have created from the private server. So something issue is that is I'm getting unhealthy. So let me connect the server once and I will rectify the issue and we'll continue tomorrow. So let me connect first. State is pending, just 2 minutes. Still it is pending state. So if you can see in the target group, we'll update also the same server. It will take some time. Needless to say, it will take some time. So no registered right at this time. So once server is created, the server will be updated in the target group. Still it is in process. Yeah. Yeah, running now, right? So this server will update shortly in target group. So meanwhile, we'll try to connect why the issue it is. So SSS client now. So now I need to update this key into my users. Let's go and upgrade the key here. This is my key, my custom key. So I'm copying from here, copy and go to my server where I'm going to connect. So this is bash host, right? I'm going to connect from here and give the key name as is same, my cust key.pem, my cust key.pem, my cust key.pem you should give. So copy the key, paste the key here, and now, okay, and now you can run the same command, SSH client. So not same command, IP will change, right? Different instance. So like that we can troubleshoot, we can connect private server, how to connect. So you can take this one, paste now. Yes, I'll try to connect. Permission denied, so read access, we have to run this read access, copy. In the Linux classes we'll discuss what is read and write. Oh, so wrong. This one. Okay, then again you can run. Okay, please use easy to user rather than root, it is saying that. Okay, I will give easy to user. Key is there in user, that's what. See, connected. I'm in the private server now. So this private server, I will check systemctl status HTTPD. It is inactive, right? That's what systemctl start HTTPD. Okay, access denied. Give sudo before. So now started. Now again give status. So now it is active. So if you want to check, go to the path var www HTML. Sorry. Okay, ls. See, index.html I haven't created for the new server. It is taking from the old server through AML. It is taking the same content. So guys, you need to understand one more thing here. If you run this command, the command is, I forget to run, that's what maybe I'm getting here, systemctl enable HTTPD. If you run this command, now here, enable command if you run, and from this server, if you can create a AMI, always along with this instance, your server also, your HTTP server also will start. So I forget to run enable command there. That's what every time I need to run this command, log in the server and run this command. So this is very difficult job. So don't forget, while creating AMI from the existing server, that server you should run enable command also. After that only create AMI. After that only create server from the AMI. That server, if you start along with inside HTTP also will start. Anyway, let's now see. Now this server will get a healthy report. So server is running. Okay, this server is running, and let's go to check the target group. It should be present with healthy status. Okay, still it is unhealthy. It will take some time to update the status here. So once update the status, your load balancer is redirect the request. See, now this is, I'm able to access the server. This server is created from auto scaling group only, not for I'm creating. So, and again, the final steps, just give me 2 minutes of time. Go to auto scaling group. So when auto scaling group reach to maximum, still it is 1, right? Set point is maximum 5. So click on auto scaling group. Go to automatic scaling. So click on the target tracking policy. Go to actions. I'm going to edit the target tracking policy. Here I'm giving 50% load, right? So no one can accessing this application. So it will not reach to 50% load at all. So I'm going to give only 1% or 0.5% load only. So 0.5% load set point I have given. If the load is more than 0.5, one more server will be created for just understanding purpose only. So now if I hit means traffic is increasing on this server, but my server set point is 0.5%. Immediately the server whenever reach the 0.5% load, one more server will be created. But in real time, we will give the set point is 90%, not 0.5%. So if I'm increasing the load, right? So auto scaling group after some time launch the instances. It will take some time anyway. After that, we can see here the servers also. So, okay. Meanwhile, any questions for this process? So you just do the practice. I know you will get so many doubts while doing the practice. So tomorrow also I will explain the same process first half an hour if you are facing any issues, so that we can start new process once you are clear only. Any questions, guys? Meanwhile.
I have a question.
Yeah.
While creating auto scaling groups, we have selected 3 subnets, right? But
Yes.
we have given maximum data capacity is 5. If the traffic goes on, like it will create 5 servers, right? If there is a lot of traffic, then it will reuse the subnets or like what?
Yeah, it will reuse the subnets only. In this case, we need to understand one thing. In that case, if I want to create 10 subnets, we don't have 10 availability zones, right? I mean, 10 servers means we don't have 10 availability zones for each subnet, right? So definitely, we can create the server same subnet, or if you want, you can create one more subnet. But here the subnet specific is what were availability zones purpose only. Even if you create a subnet for all availability zones, you can create the servers inside any subnet, no problem. So I have selected 3 subnets, right? 5 servers means, so auto scaling group automatically create the servers to use these 3 subnets only. 1, 1, 1, 2, or 2, 1, 2, or 2, 2, 1 like this only.
Okay, sure, Vera. Thank you.
Yeah. Others, any doubts? So it will take some time to update here status. So just try to understand the concept. If you do or not practical, doesn't matter. The reason in the DevOps, so the different process is there. The same process we can do by using Kubernetes. This is manual process, but Kubernetes will handle by using YAML files only, everything. The same process we can achieve. Yeah, it will take some time to update. Any questions meanwhile? So I have given 300 seconds warm-up period. That's what it is taking minimum 5 minutes of time to update the server.
I think it created one Mira.
Yeah, created. So auto scaling point of view, one server is running, one server is creating. Auto scaling, it will not take care of the server. If you there or not, you can delete now also, no problem. This server manually created, but this server you use like a application purpose. So you can deploy at least deploy application in any one server, right? For that purpose, you are using the server to create AMI. So always keep one server for your reference. If any updates will be there, developers will connect the server and updates will be takes place in the server. Again, you can create a AMI and again you can update into launch template and again you can change the version to the launch template. This is the process. See, one more server is creating automatically. If the servers are creating, running and creating, and after some time, one more server also creating, if you can see here, and after some time, I'm hitting here, right? If there is no load, again deleting the servers, but maintain always one server. I have given minimum set point, desired capacity also 1, right? If you give desired capacity 1, minimum is 2, always server should be maintained 2. But I have given same 1. So always after some time, these servers will reach to again say 1 server if there is no traffic. Increasing and decreasing the servers. Otherwise, if you want to see immediately, what you can do, go to auto scaling group and click on auto scaling group. In the auto scaling group, there is an automatic scaling module. So, and you can see your target tracking policy and click on this, go to actions, edit. So simply the set point you can increase to 90%. Even there is no load, right? So if you give 90%, mean each server can support 90% load. In this case, in your end, auto scaling already created 3 servers now, right? To maintain 90%, it will give support for 90%. So 3 servers are not required. Auto scaling will delete the 2 servers. So again, it will maintain the 1 server. So this is the process. It will follow dynamic way. But the last point I have given the set point is 5, right? For example, we have to configure some in the real time configuring any notifications. If the server's count reaches to 4 minimum, so immediately the maximum reaches set point reach to 4, immediately we can open auto scaling group and increase the set point maximum 5 to 8 and 9. Like that we can configure. So after some time, this instance will be deleted. So this is the process, high availability process always we are maintaining in the real time. For example, if I want to do any updates, developer want to do some updates this application, but still this application running previous updates only. Immediately they will connect this server by using bastion host. Once they connected the server here, do some modifications. So the modifications how they can do, let me show you here sample. So vi index.html. So this is private server, right? I'm going to add. Okay. Just 1 minute, guys. I will close it. So I'm going to add some content here. Okay. This is private server for practice. So developers update something into the code. So now what you need to do? What you need to do? This update's not there in your custom AMI. Immediately again you need to create one more AMI from this. You need to create one more image. And again, go to the launch template. The launch template still old AMI is there, right? Go to actions, modify template, and go to OS. So you can change your AMI here, the new AMI what you are creating, and create a template version. And version will be created 2 now. 1 already created, 2 and 3 will be created. Whatever version will be created. And again come to auto scaling group, the actions, details. So check where it is launch. See, here is the launch template, right? Edit and change the version 2 to 3 after creating and update it. And next time onwards, if any new instances are creating from the auto scaling group, always auto scaling group create a instance from the new image, from the new updates, what takes place, what is updated by developers. Understand the process, what we are going to follow. So this is the process. That's what I have explained. May you will get a doubt while doing the practice how updates will be takes place. That's what I'm taking much time doing it more. Is this clear, everyone?
Yeah, Veera.
Any confusion? So do one thing, you just start the process. Definitely you'll get more doubts. So tomorrow we'll spend first half an hour on the same topics. Then we can jump to next topic. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah, Veera.
Okay.
It is lengthy call, I know. So tomorrow just we'll discuss half an hour first on the same topics. So please practice, don't skip these concepts. I will share the steps if required, what and all required first and all. So I will share that document. Once you just follow the document, you can complete the steps. Okay. And make sure, guys, don't forget. So the YouTube link I have shared already. That is a 2 hours demo. If you go through the demo, if you are still having any questions on subnets, how many subnets are required, just go through that YouTube link. You will get a better clarity how many subnets we need to create in the real time. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll catch up later. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you.